Hi, I'm Shelley Kraft, and welcome to SNNLive. We're at the Sachs Associates 6th Annual European Life Sciences CEO Forum 2013 here in Zurich, Switzerland. I have with me Mr. Stan Yakatan, the CEO of TheraKine, TheraKine, a private company. Stan, welcome to SNNLive.
Hi, Shelley. How are you? It's nice to see you here in Zurich.
It's good to have you. Let's get right into TheraKine. Give me the 30-second elevator and try to hold it down to 30 minutes.
Okay. As probably some of the people who looked at this know, I have not been a CEO of a company for a long time, even though our family office and consulting group sees about 500 transactions a year. When I looked at the technology that TheraKine had, I literally went crazy. I thought this was sort of a financial roulette wheel, that if you had 9 numbers around the roulette wheel and you had 9 bets, you couldn't lose. TheraKine's technology is an extremely novel drug delivery technology. Imagine you had to take an injection every week, and that injection went through your whole body and caused you side effects, and you had to do it 52 times a year. With TheraKine's technology, you can do that twice a year, and it can be delivered exactly when you want it delivered and where you want it delivered. There's nothing like this in the drug delivery market in the world, which is why I finally agreed, after a little bit of resistance, to finally agree to be the CEO.
Now tell me about, give me an example of a disease, how it could be treated, what are the benefits over the current treatment?
Okay, let's use macular degeneration for kids, which is sort of the whole rationale as to why the company was originally formed. It was formed by a pediatric rheumatologist in California who was treating kids with macular degeneration with a drug called Lucentis, which is a very potent and expensive drug and has to be injected in the eye every week, every 2 weeks to the average patient. It has a series of side effects, and it just is a pain in the neck to administer, and physicians just don't like to do it. We can provide a 6-month injection, a single injection in the eye, and then have that delivered every 2 weeks to the patient with the disease, and we can do that virtually in every organ in the body or any biological drug in the body, because biologicals normally can't be taken orally.
What about time release? Isn't it the same thing?
Time release is particular usually to oral medications and is very limited in terms of its application. Most biologicals cannot be time released currently on the market.
So what other diseases? Let's get right into the, is it, I mean, you can't just say any and every, but I don't want to. But tell me.
Yeah, yes, I can, because if there is a biological component to the treatment of a disease, and I'll just give you 4 or 5 examples. Suppose you had arthritis and you had to take steroid injections weekly so you could be able to walk. What we can do is we can provide a large bolus of therapeutics, something like a hyaluronic acid that would get injected into the knee area and be automatically released every 2 weeks. Let's talk about Botox in the cosmeceutical area. Women go every week, every 2 weeks for Botox treatments. Botox is probably one of the most potent neurotoxins in the world, and if we could figure out, well, if we could use our technology to deliver, let's say, a 6-week supply of Botox and reduce the amount of toxicity that the patient has and reduce the number of injections they have to go for, physicians could charge more money for follow-up and less money for the material that they have to inject.
So this delivery system could be universal.
it is a universal delivery system, which is why I sort of call it a tunable, targeted universal delivery system. By tunable, I mean that you can set the parameter for when you want the drug delivered, and you can also set the parameter for how much drug gets injected into the patient.
I have two questions. Market acceptance of a new delivery system, number one, and two, what are the requirements from the regulatories?
Well, let me answer your second question first. We're not developing a drug. So what we're dealing with are drugs that are already developed and approved in most cases, and if people used our system, the U.S. FDA has created an abbreviated approval process called the 505(b)(2), and as long as you don't change the drug or use ingredients or excipients, as the scientific word would be, for the utilization of the drug, the FDA will let you do this accelerated approval process. So we can extend patent life, and we can extend the actual use of existing drugs for long times after they run out of their patent ability or patent life. The first question is one that I think is easily answered by the fact that over the years there have probably been 25 or 30 different delivery systems that have extended the use, or as you said earlier, time release. So the acceptance of new drug delivery technologies is widely accepted in the pharmaceutical industry.
And what is your website?
www.TheraKine.com.
That's THERAKINE.com. This is Stan Yakatan from TheraKine, a private company. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We are at the Sachs Associates 6th Annual European Life Sciences CEO Forum 2013 here in Zurich, Switzerland. I want to thank you for coming on to SNNLive.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.